This episode of Herm Schrader is proudly brought to you by Fox Factory Vehicles. Fox Factory Vehicles delivers the thrill. Their turnkey, hassle-free custom trucks and SUVs are built to dominate any terrain, all while retaining their factory warranty. Do you want more power? Go supercharged. We love that part. Build and price your dream ride today at foxfactoryvehicles.com. Fox Factory Vehicles, where performance meets precision. Hey, winner. How you doing, winner?
You got close 2 nights in a row.
I did, but I didn't win like you did.
No, we got lucky. It worked out.
Well, first of all, everybody, he started 6th. What did you do this weekend?
We only ran one night. We only ran Saturday night. And we didn't know where we were going. We had a big list of places and wound up going to Peevely, which I like Peevely, but I hate racing around home.
Right.
I just don't like racing around home. Shouldn't say hate. I don't prefer it. But it just made the most sense.
Yeah.
So this weekend, though, we don't have to race around home. We're going to Taylorville Wednesday.
Yeah.
You could go.
Taylorville, where?
It's on the way to Macon.
Oh, I'll be darned. Okay.
Yeah.
What? I've never heard of this place.
Well, it's there.
Listen, I know this is not going to go where you want it to go, but in the early days, when you were completely dominant, they did not like you running around home.
I don't care. I'm taking Joey, my friend, with me, and he don't always like me either, but I don't care.
Well, so for everybody listening and watching, that's what he means by saying, I hate racing around home. Years ago, when he raced around home, the man you're looking at right now, they thought they were fast.
It worked out.
And then Kenny would come in town and they're like, he shouldn't be here. But
we're gonna go Friday, Saturday to Hutchinson, Kansas.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's a big old track, very historic. Been there for a number of years. It struggled for a while. They got it going back good again, and they're running USAC Silver Crown cars there Friday and Saturday night, and they're running IMCA mods along with them. So we're gonna get to watch the USAC cars both nights and runner modified. So looking forward to that.
Once a year, Kenny, I need a reminder when I see either the Champ cars or the Silver Crown cars. I forget how big they are. How big of a fuel tank do they have in some of those?
75 gallons.
75. Okay, everybody, that's big. Whoa, that's big.
You'll be practicing with 15 gallons of fuel in, and then you get qualified and said, okay, now remember when you go down in turn 1, we strapped an extra 55-gallon drum on the back. So
my Lord.
It's big. They're a lot of fun. I'm gonna run one at DuQuoin, a good one. Really happy.
Oh boy, you're going back for more. Well, be careful. I'm always worried about you because I love you.
I'm worried about me too.
Yeah, well, you got that drive shaft, whatever there is, right between your legs and the gas tank. What can go wrong? Drive shaft between your legs, 75 gallons right touching the back. God almighty. Okay.
So what are you doing this week?
Well,
you had a good week last week.
Yeah, we run second on Friday night at Granite, and then we run second Saturday night. And I had a good weekend. And Friday, I learned a little bit. I thought, well, Friday, the ex NASCAR driver, and who's to say Landon Castle might come back one day, but Landon Castle's family, the dad Roger, they got car dealerships up there in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, but they also, and this, but just for everybody, the Landon Castle family, Dad Roger, they run Hawkeye Downs, the fairgrounds, and they are a weekly NASCAR show. So we were going to run there. It got rained out, so I'm supposed to go back Friday.
This Friday you're going back?
Going back, yep. Speaking of weather, did you see that? Pictures of the tornado at the Iowa IndyCar race.
It looked really close. They said it was like 2.5, 3 miles away.
Yeah. and that storm went to Hawkeye Downs and Cedar Rapids. So we were rained out. Okay. Kenny, I know we always say get right to it, but we are loaded up. We've got an exciting Cup race. We got an exciting Xfinity race. We got breaking news in the garage area. So what do you want to start with first? What do you want to go with?
Well, being it's a race Saturday and we were working getting ready, I didn't get to see a whole lot of the Xfinity race.
Yeah.
But I saw the last lap.
Yeah.
And right now, if I could have a teammate,
yeah,
SVG would be pretty high on my list because, you know, he did everything he could without moving him.
Man. Okay. I like where you're going with this, Kenny. So let me paint the picture for everybody that did not watch Saturday's Xfinity race at Sonoma. It was a clash of the Titans. You had two drivers literally put seconds on the rest of the field. It was 18-year-old Connor Zilisch versus the legend SVG, because it's a mouthful, everybody. It's Shane Van Gisbergen. And it's hard to say it if you try to say it fast. So we're going to go with SVG the rest of the Herm Schrader show. And Kenny, you're right. Connor, I guess they say he was tutored over in Europe. And this 18-year-old Connor Zilisch, he's good. And they come to the white flag. And like you said, SVG is just lifting him up in the butt. And I said to you, why did SVG not wreck him? Why did he not move him?
Well, they were both driving junior motorsports cars, right?
Yep.
You want to win, but you don't want to win at your team's expense. And even though it would have been good for his part of the team, his car wouldn't have been good for the team overall. Mr. Henrik was one of the first ones, and I guarantee you, Mr. Henrik's, has influenced junior motorsports a lot. And it's like, hey, we're all together. We all, each car wants to win, but this is one big company, and that was a fantastic day for the big company.
Okay, I'm just going to say it blunt. Did SVG let him win, or did he have no other choice but to follow him?
Oh, I don't believe one bit he let him win. He very subtly wiggled him just a little bit, that if he didn't make the right moves, he would be able to get by. He did everything short of just plain old moving him. Not wrecking him, but moving him. He did everything short of that. I think he did a fantastic job, and what he did will be good for... If he'd have moved him...
Yeah.
If he'd have just plain old moved him and won the race, all right, we already know you're really good. We already know you're the best right now. Really? Did you have to do this?
Yeah.
We're all big one big deal here. So I just think he did great.
Yeah, and here's my take. They come down through the S's. Me and you have raced Sonoma a lot.
Wiggling through the S's.
He's like a wheelbarrow. SVG had Connor lifted up, and I was impressed that Connor was able to hold on to it. And I'm thinking at that moment, I agree with you. It's like, okay, SVG had him lifted up like a wheelbarrow, and the kid's still holding on to it. It's like, okay, let's come around to the finish line here, unless he misses the last 180-degree corner.
Yeah, I would not, in my best, which was a very short window. In my best, I would not have wanted to have been under the pressure that Connor was under that last lap.
No. And let's stay right here with this. I made a lot of notes. Of course, you and I talked a little bit Saturday night at the dirt track because the race just got over, and we're talking about it. So is this Connor Zilisch at 18 years old? Is he the next NASCAR superstar? You got Kyle Larson, you got C. Bell. I mean, is this kid bigger than big, or what do you think?
Well, as far as all the ride moving and stuff, he's definitely showed a tremendous amount of talent.
Yeah.
You told me something that Mikey Waltrip explained to you.
Yep.
Like there was a bunch of us that we weren't all that bad, but if someone like that came along, our owners got to roll the dice because they already know what we've done.
That's what Mikey said.
You don't know what this kid's done. You tell the story, but they already know what we did.
Well, my feelings were hurt a little bit, and I'm like, damn, Mikey, I can't believe, they're going to hire this guy or that guy. And Mikey Waltrip looks at me and he goes, Herman, they already know what you can do. They're taking a chance that this kid might be better. And boy, it's a brutal truth. Hurts like hell. But when you get older, you're like, damn, he was right.
Yeah. Hey, this is a tough business. You can't worry about feelings in this business. It's all about performance.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it, everybody. And I do want to add one more thing. For the people that are tired of SVG, and oh yeah, Kenny, we're going to get to the Cup race here in a little bit, but this is my opinion. I want to hear what you have to say. If you took SVG out of the Xfinity race, Connor would have won by 10 seconds. That's how good that Zilisch is.
All right. It wasn't after this week. It was a week or so ago. I'm talking to Eddie Wood.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is big.
Yeah. And Eddie Wood talks to Dale Inman all the time.
It's getting bigger.
Dale Inman says, hell, it's no different than when you guys always brought Gurney to Riverside.
Dan Gurney. Wow.
Yeah. But they bring him to Riverside and they kick their ass just because he was better.
Yeah. Boy, what a leeway. All right, everybody. We are done with the Xfinity race. Congratulations, Connor and Kenny Schrader and myself. We feel like SVG did the right thing. And there's no need repeating that.
The right thing by not knocking him. He put the pressure on him. He gave him every chance to mess up.
That reminds me of Earnhardt come up to the ASA race up there in they're up there in Minnesota, St. Paul. Dale Sr. starts behind me. They drop the green flag in this ASA race. I'm just getting going in my career. And I look in the mirror and I see Earnhardt coming, and it's a little different. It's still, man, this is pretty big. He's not in Cup. It's ASA. It's my territory. He clobbered me. So we get to drink a beer after the race. It's Brother Rusty, Earnhardt, and myself. And Earnhardt looks at me and goes, Herman, I'm proud of you. He goes, when I hit you, you had two choices. Save it or wreck. And you saved it. So, yep, you're right. Yep, Connor could easily ran out of talent and not saved it. So, but that was one hell of a race and worthy of talking about, because Connor Zilisch is the next big thing, whether it hurts your feelings or not, everybody. The kid is coming. I was caught off guard. He's only 18 years old. I'm like, 18? Man. Did he won Pocono too, I think. He's here. And he's also good on ovals, everybody. So there's that. Okay. I'm going, it's the new me.
We're doing this show because they wanted, just you to be the old you too. You know,
me being quiet and shutting up, that's going to wear thin on me pretty soon.
Yeah.
Okay. SVG dominates. There are a group of fans jealous. They're like, oh yeah, he's dominating. Well, he ought to dominate. That's what he does. He dominated in in the V8 series in New Zealand and Australia. So let's just go down this road just for a minute. Go ahead.
Quickest guy to win 4 races since 1967, maybe.
I got it. By the way, everybody, you notice Charlie Marlowe is missing right now. Charlie is a land baron, and he's got a gig right now with real estate, but he's got his eye on us. Okay, here it is, Kenny. I'm going to play Charlie Marlowe. Good point. SVG is the quickest to win 4 cup races ever. Shane Van Gisbergen, it took 34 races to win 4 cup races. And I'm going to put it up here.
That's not right.
Okay, here we go.
He won Chicago the first year.
Quickest to win 4 cup wins, modern era.
All right, I believe it.
Go ahead and read it out right there.
I see what's, if that was on the internet, it's got to be true. But he won Chicago the first year, so that would have been win number 1. And that was 2 years ago.
He didn't run full time. I don't know if maybe that's in there. So here's what it says. Quickest to 4 cup wins, modern era. Took Shane Van Gisbergen 34 wins, Tony Stewart and Carl Edwards 47. Well, respond right here, everybody. Maybe this is fake news.
Well, but he didn't run full time then.
Yeah.
He didn't run that many races.
I like your take. Okay. So SVG wins the race at Sonoma, but here's where we got to start. This is called domination. He won Mexico City, Mexico. He won Chicago Street Course, and he won Sonoma. And SVG said, okay, I get it. I'm a road racer, but he texted this, and I'm going to find it, but I know what he said. He said, yes, I'm good on road courses, but my team had to make all the right moves. And that's right, Kenny. You're just because you're good doesn't mean you're a sure winner. So he had to, they had to make the right pit stops. They had to not run out of fuel. So, I mean, just the execution is big.
He was also one of the cars that got the lead, just for a little bit, but got the lead at Atlanta.
Here's what he said. I got it right here. Shane Van Gisbergen, after he won at Sonoma, he said, this is why we go racing. It's awesome to have a Red Bull on board this weekend and get them a win in NASCAR. Which, you think about it, that's important because Red Bull did leave NASCAR, so he brings them back to victory lane. That's huge.
Is that back to victory lane or to victory
lane? Stop it. I don't know.
Well, no.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. It's awesome to have Red Bull on board this weekend and get them a win in NASCAR at the big level, I guess. I don't know. And then he says to execute, make no mistakes, have great pit stops, great strategy, and be able to hold them off there at the end was a fun race. What a great couple weeks. Kenny, it just makes me think that Shane is going, hey, guys, I hear you that I'm supposed to win, but we had to do all that.
Yeah, well, when you're a dominant car and you're leading, you pretty much set the pace for the race, and what everybody's going to do. But, yeah, I mean, it's – so they bring him in for one race a couple of years ago at Chicago, and he wins it. And they put him on full time, and he wins. Now he's won 4 races. He's seeded 3rd, I believe, for the playoffs.
Yeah, you're right. Let's stay in this lane right now. This is going to be a conversation because people, this is what the topic is. Okay. So you and I went through the Jeff Gordon era, right? All right, listen to this. Between 1997 and 2001, Jeff Gordon won 7 out of 10 road course races, including 6 in a row. Now, for people on Dirty Mo Media, you can't see it, but I'm going to read it out. We're going to put it up here on the screen. There it is. Jeff Gordon, 1997, 2001. In 1997, it's Sonoma 2nd. And then, Kenny, you see it right there. From 97 all the way to 2000, he won Sonoma, Watkins Glen. Sonoma, Watkins Glen. So the moral story is SVG's awesome, but Jeff Gordon wasn't too bad.
Well, we've had different people come in and be like that, at different places. Somebody wins some short tracks in a row. Somebody wins some road courses. Somebody wins some super speedways. But SGV's dominated these places. It's good. It's exciting.
Hey, and shout out to Chase Briscoe. He has a comment here on SVG too that I thought would be important. But you go ahead. Well, I mean, what about, man? He's coming, ain't he?
He was the guy. If it wasn't for SVG, he was the guy, and no one had nothing for him. But no, he's doing great. Glad to see it. I mean, you talk about coming from humble beginnings. That kid did.
Chase Briscoe's won a cup race. We're all, I'm not saying we all were, but we're like, okay, we got Martin Truex, who's retired, left the 19 car, and they're going to put Chase Briscoe in. Good driver, but it's like, wow, okay. We've talked about this before, but there's a reason Coach Joe Gibbs won all those Super Bowls.
He can recognize talent.
That's it. You took the word. That's it. And so here's what Chase Briscoe said after the race. He runs second. Chase Briscoe tells the TNT post-race show of the race against Shane Van Gisbergen. Now, once again, we recognize a lot of you are jealous of SVG, but here's what Chase Briscoe said. I never played basketball against Michael Jordan in his prime, but I feel like that's what it's probably like. SVG is just unbelievable on road courses. He's raised the bar for this entire series.
That's what they do. Dan Gurney did. Now, one thing that Dan Gurney came in and won a bunch of road courses in the Wood Brothers car. Then for years in the 80s and 90s, we had a lot of road course ringers that different teams would put in cars for those races. They never won.
That is a hell of a point.
They never won. A lot of times they get knocked out. Not knocked out because the guys didn't want them there. Knocked out because they'd go in the turn the proper way where they're going straight down to the turn. And then they're going to wait and brake straight. They're going to turn in an apex late.
Road courser.
There'd be two of us with the brakes locked up underneath them.
This guy gave me room.
Gave me room.
all the road racers, you're right, Kenny. Yep. All the road racers, they make that beautiful high arc entry. And us redneck racers, we're like, here we come.
There's
we're
a hole.
Fill this. Yeah. Hey, so Charlie Marlowe is keeping an eye on us, and he does have your answer, Kenny. So Brian Vickers in 2009 won for Red Bull at Michigan. Casey Kane won for Red Bull 2011 at Phoenix. So it's fair to say it's been a while since 2011.
I drove for Red Bull.
You tell me.
1900 something. I ran the Bud Shootout. I don't remember what the deal was. It got a pole. I don't know, but I drove it.
Okay. Let's go back to what you brought up. And I think that's a really good point because I told somebody that I would meet them halfway. Like I said, some of the fans are upset that the media is giving SVG too much credit. But I said, hold on now. It's the first road ringer that is actually winning because like you just said, Kenny, all our road ringers never won. This is the first quote unquote road ringer that is not missing. So yeah, I agree with you. That's all there is to that. It's, like you said, they brought in, what all have they brought in? They brought in Boris Said, they brought in Dan Gurney. I mean,
well, that was way before us, but I don't remember everybody they brought in, but they brought in a ton. They brought in a ton.
Yeah. Okay. Does SVG winning in NASCAR help with NASCAR's, worldwide platform? NASCAR's like, we want to go international. He's from New Zealand, basically Australia. Do you think SVG winning helps make worldwide news?
Well, it gets more attention over there.
You would think.
I would think. I'm not over there. I wasn't over there Monday, but had to get brought up.
If you're in New Zealand, you're in Australia, they got to talk about SVG and they got to be watching NASCAR. Okay, and this makes me laugh because I went to Mexico and, we raced down there and these fans are like, Kenny Wallace. I'm like, how do you know me? They're like, we got DirecTV too. I'm like, oh, I get it. Okay. So let's keep talking about this Cup race. We're just going to go through some fun moments, everybody. We've already kind of wore out. SVG wins it. Chase Briscoe second. There's people jealous because we're giving SVG too much attention. But I think me and Kenny told you that he's the first road ringer that really has done it. And that's why he's getting the attention.
How can we get aggravated because we're giving him too much attention because he's winning all the races? Doesn't the guy that wins gets the most attention that week? And if you keep winning, you keep getting attention. The way they get aggravated just amazes me. Darrell Waltrip's the villain. Your brother parks him at the Winston, and then Darrell Waltrip's the good guy again. So how in the hell does it one day change stuff?
Kenny, I'm with you. I'm with you. We talked about this early in the year. Everybody was mad at NASCAR. Like, whoa. You're mad at NASCAR because Kyle Larson won 3 in a row or whatever it was. And then it was William Byron won 2 in a row. So it's the flavor of the week, everybody. Yeah, he's got it going on right now. And yes, the road races are going to calm down. La, la, la. Oh, that's the other thing. I'm tired of road racing. It's like, okay, well, wait one more week. That'll be over.
Brad says we got too many.
Oh, another good point. Should have put that in my notes. Go ahead. Take this one.
Brad said we got 6 of them, I think.
Yeah.
Way too many. He said IMSA does a good job. We don't need to. Our series wasn't built around road courses. A 6th of them is a 6th of our schedule, I guess. Is that too many or not?
So, people get upset with us because we like NASCAR. And I said, okay, look, I'll call them out when I want to call them out. In a perfect world, I'll give you this, everybody. In a perfect world, maybe we would add the road race and the street course spread out a little bit. That's all I'll give you, though. But we're racing, guys. We're racing. And it's not a shoe-in that SVG is going to win. But as far as Brad Keselowski saying there's too many, I might say in a row, I'll give that to you. But I wouldn't say there's too many. You put one at the start of the year, you put one 2 months later, another one 2 months later, then it's like, oh, there's some road races. But I think, Kenny, is there too many in a row?
Yeah, whatever. That's how they do the schedule. They know what they're doing there. But when you first went road racing,
yeah,
you never went road racing ASA, right?
Nope. But they had it.
Okay. Well, they had it?
Afterwards, after me.
I despised it.
You went to Topeka.
No, I despised it. First road course I ran was Riverside my rookie year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I went out there and made laps at Bondurant School, which they told me I was all screwed up. I can't do this, can't do that. I said, listen, I'm just wanting to stay on the track.
Yeah.
You can't use the engine to slow the car down. That long straightaway at Riverside, the back straightaway.
Oh, man, you guys were flying.
You can't use the engine and slow the cars down. You got to use the brakes. I said, listen, I'm only like 10 races in, but I guarantee you, brakes aren't going to stop this thing at the end of the straightaway. Not even close. I'm going to do everything I can to stop this thing. But I hated them so bad. And finally, a little change of heart, I said, okay, I hate them. So I got to go run some and make myself like them. Mr. Donlevy, who was so great to drive for, he said, we'll go to Riverside, but you're not going to finish the race anyway. Well, I said, well, Mr. Donlevy, I'll be careful. I said, all I'm going to do is stay on the thing, stay on the road. And we wound up 10th. 10th a lap down. How in the hell do you finish 10th a lap down in a road race? You can't do that anymore.
Okay, everybody. It is time for our Fox Factory read. I want to welcome everybody to the Fast Lane with Fox Factory Vehicles, delivering the thrill for drivers who demand the best. Our fully custom, turnkey, hassle-free trucks and SUVs are built to dominate any terrain and retain their full factory warranty. That's key right there. They fix these babies up and retain their full factory warranty. Whether you're headed to the track or the trail, these rides are ready to go with no delays. You know, when I drive my Black Widow built by Fox Factory Vehicles, my favorite thing, Kenny, is that Jake brake. You know, you don't got to lay so much brake to it. You hit the Jake brake, and like you were talking about earlier, I need everything I can do to get stopped, just like you did at Riverside.
That makes an unbelievable difference, especially towing that trailer when you can layer in that Jake brake and then you just use them brakes for a little bit of help. But it's just so much better, so much more stopping power. And besides that, it sounds cool.
Yeah. Do you want to feel the rush? Kick it in overdrive with our optional supercharged models and unleash the power. You're in the driver's seat. Head to foxfactoryvehicles.com to build and price your dream ride today. Available through partnering dealerships nationwide, Fox Factory Vehicles brings the precision and performance you've been dreaming of. Visit foxfactoryvehicles.com today and take the wheel. All right. We appreciate Fox Factory Vehicles. So, Kenny, let's go through this race. Just a couple highlights. You know, you and I don't usually break the race down, but this, to me, this was pure comedy. I'm not asking for anything superficial, but I caught a part of the race in one lap. In one lap, you know, they dropped the green flag, they went up the hill, made the right. This is in one lap. Noah Gragson spins out. They go down to make the 180, and Chris Buescher runs Ryan Blaney off the track. And we're not done. They get to the top of the hill, they come back around. Okay, I guess you could say it's one lap. Denny Hamlin and Bubba Wallace spin out. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God. And then the announcer finally goes, boy, there's a lot happening. And I yelled through the TV, you think? But I mean, in one lap, all hell broke loose. We see that. But it was all over the track. And by the way, Blaney got run off by Buescher, identical to your legendary story in your maroon Skull car, except Ryan did not flip. That's a scary corner there.
Yeah, that's I guess that's one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you what, 88, 9, I'm starting maybe 6th, and DW is where he's right beside me, right in front of me. And Hammond asked DW, said, you talk to Kenny about start a race? He said, he knows what to do.
Oh, boy.
We go on top of the hill and make the right. I'm down underneath him in the gravel. I got dust. I mean, I got dust everywhere. I don't knock him out, but you can't see. Well, that's when you used to go up over the hill and then you'd make the right and you'd come back to do the carousel.
Oh, yeah, the carousel.
Coming back up the hill to do the carousel, I can see that turn. And they're wrecking their ass off still. And I'm like, how in the hell are these guys wrecking on the first turn? It's because I put up a dust screen. They couldn't see anything.
You started the wreck 10 seconds ago. Oh my God. Well, that's what happened. It was like, this is pure comedy. Although it wasn't funny to those drivers, but I'm like, hold on. Noah Gragson spin out. Blaney gets wrecked by Buescher. Denny Hamlin and Bubba Wallace spin out. And oh man, that was crazy. Okay, another one. Now this was big. This was big because you and I in these drivers meeting, you know, one of the things we know is, gentlemen, when you make your pit stop, don't be driving through other people's pit boxes. So Ty Gibbs drove extremely close through Brad Keselowski's pit box and hits the wrist of one of Brad Keselowski's tire carry, twisting his wrist. They finished a pit stop. But after the pit stop, they get into a fight. They immediately go at it. You can't kill the driver, so it's like, who's in line?
Someone's got to die.
Yeah.
No, there's not a rule, is there? I heard somebody explaining that. But you can drive through 2 or something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, he obviously cut him too close. Did he do anything wrong? Now, the tire carrier's also out there flirting with him, trying to mess his pit stop up a little bit. Not give him a perfect entrance in. Trying to slow him down a little bit. So, man, it's just a tough deal.
Here's the way I look at it. You and I, when we make those pit stops, it's not beneficiary for us to come in just square. We come in and we want to get it cocked to go out. So Ty comes in, RFK, Roush Fenway, they put it on all their social media and said, you be the judge. They had the camera on top their pit. So Ty Gibbs does do a good job, comes through, but like you said, you're exactly right. The Roush Fenway people, they jumped the start a little bit. They're coming out as he's coming in. Okay, so
they're coming out too far. They can't jump the start. Is it 1 pit away or 2 pits away? They got the cameras. You can't run out there too early. Yeah. I mean, that'll get you busted real quick. But it doesn't say how far you can run out.
Yeah. So that was controversy. The crew members went at it, and I'm with you, Kenny. I think, Ty got in close, and the RFK crew members, whether they were going, it was a perfect scenario. So here's the moral of the story. The crew members can't beat up Ty Gibbs because he's in the race car. So Chris Buescher, who is a part of RFK, he catches Ty Gibbs in the race down in the 360 or the 180. 11. Boy, you're good. How the hell do you remember that?
Well, I heard it. I don't know how many times Sunday.
Yeah. And Buescher punts Gibbs out of the way. Doesn't spin him out, but he's going elbows. So the teammate covers for Brad.
That's got to be the slowest turn in the NASCAR circuit, I would think.
Never thought about it. I was thinking I've been to Montreal, Jill Villeneuve. I've raced a couple of road course races up there in Xfinity, but that top there's a 180 at the top up there in Montreal, Canada, but it's got way more speed. It's not as tight. You're probably right. That's a tight corner. Turn 11. Yeah. Okay. Our buddy Carson Hocevar. We love him, but it looks like Carson's going to pay the price for races or months to come. Josh Berry's in-car camera. Go ahead.
They restart 4 to go or something. And it's like Carson Hocevar is running 5th or something. And I'm like,
uh-oh.
I was watching TV, and I think Ann was there, and it's like 4 to go. No way.
He don't have a shot, does he? He got too many enemies.
He has aggravated too many people throughout the year to have a good finish on a road course when you can totally screw someone's day when you hit them at 45 mile an hour.
Here's what I got to say, Kenny. I had some friends today, and 2 kids, 30, 31 years old, and we love Carson Hocevar. He got screwed. I'm like, time out, guys.
Yeah.
How many people is listen, we all love Carson Hocevar, everybody, because he's the bad guy. We get it. But now it's time for him to pay the price. Now everybody's going to spin him out because he's got a list. So we all love Carson, but there's going to be a truce, and they're all getting him back, and that's what's going on right now. So
yeah, but he will figure it out. and he'll be running up front for years to come.
Yeah. And to end this, as soon as Carson quits hitting people because he's a badass, well, then guess what? They'll quit hitting him. And then, oh, we've all figured it out. So there's that. All right. I think we went through the race there, Kenny. You got anything else about the race? We got stuff about, the surrounding the in-season challenge, but you got anything more about the race that sticks out to you?
I think we covered it. I mean,
Highlights, yeah.
SVG is a badass.
And that's all there is to it. Okay. This is a good one. Talking about wrecking people. The in-season challenge. There are some Cinderella stories. And this Ty Dillon just keeps on outrunning all the in-season challenge people.
Stop.
Go ahead.
He didn't outrun them this week. He knocked them out of the way.
Million, you take it from here.
Well, no, I just know it was him and
Ty Dillon and Alex Bowman.
Yeah. And just so happened that real slow turn 11
that you were just talking about,
Bowman was ahead of him on the last lap. Well, one hit, and I'm still alive for $1 million. So he took the hit.
And after the race, okay, so Ty Dillon moves Alex Bowman out of the way, doesn't spin him, but definitely, roughs him up. And it's like the TV cameras are there after the race, and they're like, yuck, yuck, yuck. And, they're kind of going, But they went to shake hands, and they didn't know whether to fist bump, shake hands. The ending was fun for all of us. It's like, I don't know. But
Alex, I probably wouldn't have felt the same that Alex did.
Yeah, I'd have cussed him out.
That's a chance at $1 million. Well, not that. After next week, you got a 50-50 chance. I mean, not 50-50, but there's only two of you after next week.
Yeah. Yeah. My favorite right now, and I'm just going to go on the record, my favorite right now, Tyler Reddick is still left. I'm not as good as our own Charlie Marlowe, but I see that Tyler Reddick is left. I think he's still left in there. Charlie, if he's listening, he might give me a out there, but I think my favorite, we'll follow up with this in about 5 minutes if Charlie is still listening as he's trying to sell his property. That's the story in the show right there. Okay, Kenny, I'm gonna do a 180 here. Now we're gonna start on bits and pieces. The race is over now. We got through it. Talked about the in-season challenge. Dale Jr. caught my eye on a social media post. Okay, here Charlie is listening. Reddick is in. Nemechek, Gibbs, and Dillon. Well, I'm taking Reddick. Who you taking, Kenny? We got Reddick, Nemechek. You taking him? Okay.
He's got more speed.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Charlie Marlowe. Okay. Dale Jr. gets on social media and writes a really nice love letter. And I want to read it to you. I think it's very important because I want to ask you if there was ever a track like this for you. Landing in North Carolina in about 30 minutes. Heck of a weekend in Sonoma. Got to take Amy and enjoy the area. Got to go to work with my TNT family. Saw an entertaining race, even if SVG had them covered. Now, here's what I want you to listen to, Kenny. Hadn't been to Sonoma since my Cup career ended in 2017. Used to really dread the travel and struggle to figure that place out. But it eventually became a place I look forward to. Already excited and planning for our return next season. Now, Dale Jr., when he was driving the 8 Budweiser car, and I'm driving the 55 Square D car, I'm leaving the garage area, and Junior qualifies really bad years ago. And I stop, and he's all by himself. He's at the back of his car. And I said, Junior, I said, I know you. What's wrong? Well, I'm supposed to be this big racer and can't qualify any better than 25th. So Dale Jr. makes this post. He has a change of heart. He's forgiven Sonoma. So did you ever have a racetrack that you just said, I am not a fan of this track, and now Dale Jr. has forgiven it?
Yeah, I think any of the road courses when we first started.
Right away.
Yeah. You know, before everybody started taking plane, we first started going out there, everybody didn't have planes. And you'd have to fly back. You'd have to take rental car back to fly out of.
It wasn't right across the hill. Where did we land? I'm with you, though. And I flew with you all the time.
Yeah, San Francisco.
Yeah.
San Francisco, that's San Francisco. Yeah. No, when we'd fly commercial out there, you'd fly out to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Earnhardt used to go to Goodyear and get wheel weights, the old type, clamped on the.
Oh.
Put them halfway around somebody's tire of the rental car.
Oh my God.
Or jack it up and put a radio or fan belt around the drive shaft. Pull it, wrap it around there, and pull it through, and then tie strap it so it would just beat on the tunnel all the way down there. Put grease under the door handles so when you got there was some terrible things happening out there. That made that trip back to the airport even worse.
Junior was famous enough. He really, didn't need, he's got a great heart, but he didn't need to take Sonoma that serious back in the day because he sure made up for it everywhere else. But I thought this social media comment by Earnhardt was just a peek into his past. And basically is what he's saying is, look, I hated that place. Now my buddy Bruton Smith, or Marcus owns it. We're friends, and I like it because me and Amy can go out there, drink wine. Yeah, yeah. He's not racing. Yeah. It was really good. Well, for me, everybody, in my early days, when you said we were going to Dover, I would just get sick, and then but later on, I got better. Okay. We're coming to the part of the show where we got jokes and we got something that you're not going to like. And it's a deal where it's breaking news in the garage area today. I saved it for the end of the show because we could ignore it, but this was too big to ignore. So we got this and we got jokes. This is all over the United States by all sports media. So 2311 with Michael Jordan in Front Row Motorsports. This is reported by Bob Pockras and everybody. I chose Bob. This is what Bob says. 2311 in Front Row Motorsports filing says new evidence supports injunction. NASCAR has signaled its intention to immediately move to sell or issue plaintiffs' charters to other entities, putting plaintiffs in irreparable jeopardy of never getting their charters back and going out of business. So let me dumb this down. Go ahead.
No, dumb it down.
What that just said is Michael Jordan and Front Row Motorsports are going to lose their charter, and they're going to lose millions of dollars, and they're going to have to qualify every week and be just a normal show-up team. As of now, that is as real as it gets out of anything we've heard this whole year. And this is what somebody asked me today. Okay, they got their charter, and feel free to interject here. They received a charter. They didn't buy a charter, I don't think. 2311, did they buy a charter? Okay, so they get this charter. Everybody that's kind of, grandfathered in, so to speak, they got the charter. And NASCAR says, okay, we dealt with you all for 1 year. Sign this new agreement. They don't sign it. So they're not part of a charter system. And now NASCAR has won appeals. It's like, okay, you didn't sign the charter agreement. You don't have a charter agreement. Now, wouldn't that be something if they had to spend $40 million and do like you just said and buy a charter again to get back in?
Okay. I'll just say it. this isn't my deal.
I get it.
They didn't sign the agreement, so they don't have one. So that's their screw up. Now they want to fight it. Okay, so I go to Mr. Donlevy in 1985 on 1984, and he says, "I want you to drive my car. I'll pay you this much." And he said, "I'll get you a room every place we go." He said, "You'll pay for it, but I'll get you a room." So he just made the reservation, so I knew where to go.
Yep.
I said, "This is the same thing." I said, "Mr. Donlevy, do we have a contract or anything?" He said, "No." He said, "That way, if you get the chance to drive for a better team,
Wow.
you'll have that opportunity and you'll be able to do it." I said, "Wow." I said, "Hey, what if a better, more experienced driver with a sponsor comes available and calls you?" He said, "Well, I'll have that same option." They didn't sign the contract,
That's why I added that in there. I thought that was pretty big, NASCAR says we dealt with you for a year in good faith. You sued us. You didn't sign the charter. Now NASCAR has won. And I mean, it's still going on. But
another thing, supposedly in Reddick's contract, he has to drive a chartered car.
Yeah, because he's gonna because that charter is worth a lot of money. I'm assuming the driver's gonna get something. I mean,
whatever. I don't know. I don't think prize money anymore makes. Drivers are getting whatever they get.
Okay, I'm going to take a shot at this now. Not fully loaded. I just want to give my opinion on this. Years ago, I read a book, and I didn't read the whole book, but I read a lot. And NASCAR. One thing about NASCAR, just when you think you're going to get them, this is just my humble opinion. Don't think it. NASCAR has tight ties. They know what the hell they're doing. They don't get all these racetracks built for nothing. They got friends in Washington, D.C. That's just my opinion.
They just run a good, successful business.
Just when you think you're going to get them, think again. And this time, in my opinion, they woke up the sleeping giant. And the sleeping giant, in my opinion, was Jim France. They pissed him off to the maximum peak. And that's my opinion. And I'm sure you don't have anything else to say about that, but do you?
You're 100% right.
Yeah, okay. This is something I saw that piqued my curiosity. Now, this has nothing to do with NASCAR. I'm going to give everybody this warning. I saw this and I went, oh my. So, Fox TV comes to IndyCar. And it really does save the day. Fox TV really promotes Joseph Newgarden, Alex Palou, all those guys. And it's like, wow, the Indy 500 is awesome. But they just had an IndyCar race at Iowa. And listen, I love IndyCar guys. Those guys are great athletes. But man, I mean, I don't know if Iowa does not like IndyCars, but I mean, if there was 2,500 people in the grandstand, Kenny, there was nobody there. I mean, it was unreal. Do you think there's just IndyCar is just still struggling to get a crowd, or do you think it's just all about the Indy 500?
Well, it's definitely the Indy 500 is their baby, but Sonoma, I saw the front straightaway grandstands were great.
Yeah,
those ones up at the top of the hill, there weren't anybody there at those. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think the reason I wanted to bring that up is because I like to de-bullshit things sometimes. You and I can turn things into our favor whenever we want to, but when you look at other sports, as bad as you want to paint a picture, anybody, there's that. All right. Well, we got jokes. We got jokes. And
Usually we tape this show at 9 in the morning.
yeah,
I always have a cup of coffee. Well, I got an energy drink here
I
tonight.
like it. Yep.
And reason we couldn't tape this morning.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to, that's nice of you to say, Ken. I didn't think you'd bring that up. So, shout out to the Sunshine family. My, oh God, I don't want to get emotional here, and I'm not going to. So, my wife, Kim, her big sister is her aunt, Aunt Pat. And Aunt Pat loved Kenny Schrader. And Aunt Pat lost her first husband and then married one of your dear friends, Paul Lawson. Paul passed away. But we buried Aunt Pat today from Lewy body dementia. And I want to thank you guys. You really worked with me. Man, her daughter's the only one left, and it is a horrible story. So Aunt Pat's husband died in an auto accident. Aunt Pat's son died in an auto accident. And the only thing left is Dawn. And Kim absolutely adored, worshiped Aunt Pat because Aunt Pat would help Kim on all the wreaths.
Yeah.
And Kim could tell her anything. And so I'm struggling here at home with Kim. She's bummed out. But we're going to get her on that trike and we're going to take a ride. So, okay, let's back up a little bit. Charlie has been listening. Charlie Martle said that 2311, they did buy the charter for the, 2311 Michael Jordan, they did buy the charter for Riley Herbst this past winter. Bought it from Stuart Haas. So they did buy one charter.
That's one of their three.
That's one of their three. So, okay, that's that. All right. Charlie gave us the jokes. Big shout out to our Charlie Marlowe. He'll be back next week. And I feel like they're good stuff, Kenny. Okay, here we go. Did you hear about the dog that I got from a blacksmith? Did you hear about the dog that I got from a blacksmith?
No.
As soon as I got home, he made a bolt for the door. As soon as I got the dog home, he made a bolt for the door.
I understood it.
Yeah, there's okay. All right. Why did the chicken go to the gym? To work on its pecs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We still got more, everybody. Hang in there. A couple more, actually. Did you hear I accepted a new job at the bicycle factory? This one's pretty good. I'm the new spokesman. A bike has spokes. Okay. Oh wow, Charlie. I had to read this one first. It's pretty good. Here's a good joke to finish on. Charlie Marlowe says, "My wife is a sex object. Every time I ask for sex, she objects."
Objects.
All right. Well, that was a good show. That was easy because Sonoma was so good. Yep. And so before we close it out, everybody, big thanks to our sponsor, Fox Factory Vehicles, for powering today's episode of Herm Schrader. We appreciate their continued partnership with me and Dirty Mo Media. Fox Factory Vehicles delivers the thrill. Turnkey, hassle-free custom trucks and SUVs are built to dominate any terrain, all with a full factory warranty. Do you want more power? Go supercharged. Build yours today at foxfactoryvehicles.com, where performance meets precision.
You did a great job, but when Charlie's there, it's just a little more comforting.
Yeah, it just feels like as soon as we screw up, we can go, Charlie.
Can you fix that?
And that deep voice comes in. Well, boys, yeah. Okay, one more time. It was a long show. I'm going to tell you where I'm going. Then, Kenny, you finish the show off. So Friday, I'm going up to Cedar Rapids, Iowa to the Hawkeye Down Speedway to run a dirt modified on asphalt. For the Land and Castle family, Dad Roger. Saturday, I will race at Peevely, Missouri, Federated Auto Parts. How did I say it?
Raceway. I-55 Federated at Auto Parts Raceway Park. I don't know.
Yes, and it's a Mars race, so it's a sanctioned race. It's not a normal weekly show. And then on Sunday, I will go up and run Quincy because that's a Mars show too. Take us home, Kenny. Where are you going again?
I'm going Taylorville, Illinois, Wednesday, Christian County Fairgrounds, and UMP Mod.
Yeah.
Going to Hutchinson, Kansas, Friday and Saturday. Really looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, everybody. Remember, if you want to see Kenny Schrader's pretty face, Herm Schrader is on the Kenny Wallace YouTube show. If you want to listen to us on the way to work and back, it's over there on Dale Jr.'s Dirty Mo podcast. Until the next Herm Schrader show, goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.